Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of messed up racist posts talking about nobody wants to raise a black baby, that Mexicans don't want to raise a black baby, whites, blacks again, that they don't want to raise a black baby. But I'm gonna have to disagree for me personally, because I definitely would adopt a little black baby. Who wouldn't want to have their own personal slave at home? Just kidding. But also, that's the best chances that I have at somebody close to me becoming a pro athlete. If by the age of 10, I notice that he sucks at sports, he's annoying, and he be stealing and doing all that stuff, then I'm just gonna send his ass back and try again. Hopefully the next one's good.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in. Alright, to be honest, at this point, it's really infuriating, especially seeing these videos coming up online, coming up from all these Latino people, Mexicans. For instance, in this video, this man is ranting and making fun of black people's past struggles, especially 400 years ago. And to go ahead and attack the most defenseless stage of any human being is really, really infuriating, especially the way that he is just casually making statements that, of course, he knows that this is going to make a lot of melanated folks in the black community to be infuriated, going after melanated babies and saying that no one wants a melanated baby and making fun of it, that everybody wants a personal slave at home. Really? This is more than an insult. It's something that the black community is not going to take lightly. Even members of his own community are actually calling him out. This is crazy. I want us to take a look at this video. It's not made for to spread any kind of hate. It's just for educational purposes only, and for us to discuss issues that matter in the society. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think about the video down in the comment section. Let's take a look.
A lot of messed up racist posts talking about nobody wants to raise a black baby, that Mexicans don't want to raise a black baby. But I'm gonna have to disagree for me personally, because I definitely would adopt a little black baby. Who wouldn't want to have their own personal slave at home?
Dear Mexican people, if you don't like black people, just completely leave them alone. Don't go on the internet and try to humiliate them, try to mock them, belittle, disrespect, and insult them, because it looks pathetic when ICE pulls up in your neighborhoods. They drag your mom, your dad out their cars and send them back to Mexico, and you're making your videos crying, panicking, and then you make videos talking about, where are all the black people at? Why aren't they protesting? Why aren't they with us? It looks so bipolar when you get on the internet and do shit like this, cucaracha. When you get on the internet and go on rants like Ashley Gonzales, and then you go in the comment section of those videos talking about I stand with Ashley Gonzales all over the internet. Every time you go to a video and it has to do with a black person or with black people, in the comment section, you go in there and you see white people talking about black fatigue. It's always them. They were better off as slaves. And then here comes the Mexicans to join the white people in expressing anti-black sentiments. I mean, is this your idea of a joke? Oh, all these other people don't want black babies, but I do, because I want a personal slave at home. You think that's funny? To grab a people's struggle, a struggle that literally changed a whole people's entire identity, culture? And there's literally videos where you see a Mexican and a black person having a disagreement, tension, even a fight, an argument. And then sometimes you'll see the black person in the video say something like, I'm gonna call ICE on you. And as a result, you see a bunch of Mexicans in the comment section talk about, you see, that's why we stand with Ashley Gonzales. Then why do you expect black people to want to come protest with you when it comes to ICE raids? Why is it that although it was white people that came from Europe, invaded, committed genocide against our people, and created a system literally specifically to oppress our people, did black people come here to enslave you, to eradicate you, to create a system that targets you? Did they create ICE and decide that if you look illegal, we can stop you and check for your documentation? Did black people come up with that idea? Or was it your beloved white people? Because how is it possible that the people that literally came here to ruin you, and to this day, policy after policy, generation after generation, literally target you, and yet in return, you worship them? Meanwhile, the people that have also been put through these things, people that were also colonized by the same people in the same land, and yet somehow, some way, for whatever reason, black people are the ones that we don't like. So we like to the point that we worship the ones that came here to hurt us, but the people that we have a common struggle with, that were put through the same things as us on the same land, we don't like. And why is it that Mexicans seem to only have such animosity for black people, and yet black people are the only ones that you demand to come help you? Where all the black people at? Why is it that the people that you show the most animosity towards, the most dislike towards, the only people that you demand that they come stand with you and fight against oppression, against injustice? You don't ask white people to come help you with injustice and oppression, although white people are the ones that you kiss ass to the most. Mexicans literally at this point worship white people, so why not ask them to help you stand against ICE? Do you know how ridiculous it looks to complain about ICE when 9 times out of 10 when ICE comes to get your parents, they look like you? Oh, black people, come help us. ICE is coming to get us. But ICE looks like you. They're your people. You want another race of people, the ones that you don't even like, to come help you? Meanwhile, your own people are coming to get you, coming to get your parents to send you the hell out of here? Make it make sense. Why aren't we asking Indians, Chinese, Japanese, Russians, Palestinians? Why aren't we asking any other people? Why is it always black Americans that we demand to come help us fight injustice? And yet, they are the only ones that we collectively have so much against. Every time a Mexican American goes viral for some racist shit, it's always racist shit against black people. All the time. When have you seen a Mexican or a Mexican American go viral for saying racist shit against Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Koreans, Hmong, Laos, Filipinos, Germans, Irish, Indians, Polish? Never. Mexicans and Mexican Americans are always going viral for saying some racist shit about black people. And yet, when we collectively are in trouble, are facing injustice, we want those same people that we always go viral for disrespecting, for being racist towards, who we want help from. Make it make sense.
Just kidding. But also, that's the best chances that I have as somebody close to me becoming a pro athlete. If by the age of 10, I notice that he sucks at sports, he's annoying, and he be stealing and doing all that stuff, then I'm just gonna send his ass back and try again, you know?
Cucaracha. Oh, I was just joking, Ricardo. If you like jokes, make jokes about how stupid we are. Over 50% of Latinos voted for Trump. There's plenty of jokes to be made from that. If you want to make jokes at the fact that ICE agents are dragging us out the house, out our vehicles, throwing us in a truck, and sending us a la chingada pa Mexico. Meanwhile, those ICE agents look just like us. There's plenty of jokes to make about that. Or how about this? You like jokes? I got another one for you. Joke about the fact that under Trump's administration, Latinos are targeted specifically, and yet you see a bunch of Latinos get tattoos with Trump's face, Trump's name on them. You like jokes? Make fun of the fact that so many Latinos and Latinas voted for Trump, and when he won, so many Latinos and Latinas started to make videos celebrating dancing. And a lot of these people that celebrated and made videos dancing because Trump won were also the ones to come back to do another video crying because one of their relatives, their mother, their father, their uncle, their aunt, their husband, their wife got deported. You like jokes? Make fun of this shit. Before you want to go over there and make fun of black people for whatever reasons, stick right here. Keep it at home. There's plenty of pendejadas that we have done and keep doing. Make fun of the fact that we literally worship white people. No matter how many policies and laws they push and pass to specifically target us. I got another one for you. You want to make jokes? Make fun of the fact that in Mexico, the people that are indigenous presenting, they claim to be Spaniards. Meanwhile, the white people of Mexico, they claim to be indigenous. That's a good one. All these güeritos, güeritas, little white boys, little white girls in Mexico, European descendants talking about, I'm indigenous. I was born in Guanajuato. That means I'm Chichimeca. Meanwhile, the indigenous looking, no, yo no soy indígena, yo soy español. Make fun of that stupid shit before you try to go over there and make fun of another people.
All my three sisters were blonde.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that came out with black hair, dark skin, dark eyes. My sisters have these beautiful hazel eyes. My mom's güera, which is the white one. They call her Tia Güera because she's so light skinned.
Yeah.
So much.
And so I grew up as La Prieta Fea, which means the ugly dark one.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who called you that?
My mom.
Where
No.
My family.
As like a
Where
joke?
is she black?
No, it's like, it's in term of
Where does she look
endearment,
black to us?
but like,
But
people would walk up to my mom and go, your daughters are so beautiful. And who's this?
Oh,
And I would be like,
my God.
I'm one of them, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't the pretty one. Like, I grew up as not the pretty one. So there was a conscious decision when I was young to be the funny one. And I really think that has lent itself to my personality. Like, not just like, oh, I'm going to be an actress, but like, I just don't value beauty in my own self very much. And you know, I'm with L'Oreal, I'm a spokesperson, which my sisters are still like, why'd they pick you? Still, like, nothing like family to...
This is why people that look like us should be the ones on the screen. People that look like us. Because she still doesn't know what she's saying. She still doesn't know what she's saying. Her sisters are still being racist. And she's talking about it like it's fun. And where is she black? I would love to find the blackness. And it's crazy because all they're saying is that they don't like her indigenous features because there's nothing black about her. But that's that she looks slightly more indigenous. Jesus, fix it. Girl, my comments, they see a black woman talking and they're like, no, we don't care what you have to say. That's not what she meant. She thinks she ate. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I always eat. Don't you see this face? This face don't decline, girl. I don't have nothing to do but eat. Yes, I did. But girl, the anti-blackness, Mexicans. I'm speaking to only the black and brown ones. I'm gonna wait for y'all to come in. Okay, girl, how do y'all do it? How do y'all deal with this? How do you do it? Because I've dealt with Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, I've dealt with Caribbeans, you know, but like Mexicans, what's going on? What's really good? Mexicans, what's going on?
Where do we start? First, hello. This is your fellow brown Mexican friend. But I've read the comments on your post. Sorry, I'm hungry. And it just proves the point of the anti-blackness in our community. Someone said, if she would have said black, she would have said negra. Because let me tell you something. My nickname is negra. And I'm not black. Therefore, because you're brown in our community, you already are seen as the ugly duckling. And that's exactly what you were saying. And people want to stand here and try to prove a point. What point? Let's be very fucking for real. Our community is filled of anti-blackness, colorism. I don't understand why people are getting so defensive over something that should be talked about more without the need of doing the whole black versus brown. There's no need for that. How do I deal with it? I put a fucking stop to it. I don't condone it. As a child, I didn't know any better. As an adult, now I do. And because I have a child who is darker than me, much darker than me, I don't call her negra. First of all, she doesn't like it, so we're not doing it. Even if out of endearment, we don't do that. I don't encourage her to stay out of the sun. The very opposite. Put on sunblock and go lay there. Get crispy, because people pay for this. We don't. And you just have to be comfortable now as an adult to call these people out, whether it's your tia, your tío, your nina, your comadre, it doesn't matter. But we don't do it because it's so rooted in us that we ourselves let it happen right in our faces. And I'm not speaking for me because that's not the case here, but a lot of those comments is what is this being displayed right now. So sure, Eva didn't say black, but that's still colorism. All that she explained, I went through. I was encouraged to stay out of the sun. I was called prieta. I was called ugly. I have all my siblings and a lot of my cousins are very white passing. I'm one of the only ones with brown skin and more indigenous features. So why was I never called a porcelain doll? Exactly. You guys are so fake right now, because we need to start calling this out within our households. But no, you guys want to stay quiet for the peace of your family, I guess. I don't know.
I know there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, but this is something that I feel needs to be addressed to the Mexican community. Mi raza, I'm talking to you again. And I love you guys, but we need to do better. Stop teaching our youth not to like their melanin skin. Stop telling our kids to stay out of the sun because they're gonna get darker. Stop telling our kids that they can't dye their hair a certain color because they're gonna look darker. We have derogatory terms that we use, like prieta, te estás poniendo más negra. What's another one? India, like using these terms as if we should be ashamed of the color of our skin. We don't realize that these derogatory terms and these microaggressions that we have in our community, they impact our mental health as children to adults. They impact our perception of beauty in the world. We no longer think we are beautiful because we have more melanin. When I was younger, I remember looking up ways on how to lighten my skin because I didn't want to be the darkest person in my family. Not because I didn't like my skin color, but because I was taught not to like my skin color. And I'm not on here looking for self-pity. I'm on here to stop this because I know what it feels like as a child to hear these things, and we think it's a joke, but it's not a joke. These kids grow up like this. We grow up to think that we are not beautiful because we are not white. But look at me. Look at my skin color. Look at this. This is beautiful. And for anyone else who has experienced the same thing, I want to let you know that your color is also beautiful. Whether you have a lot of melanin or you don't have any melanin at all, you're still beautiful. Don't teach me to hate myself because I represent our people. My skin color represents our people. The way I look represents our people. Mexicans are indigenous people. You came from great native tribes like the Aztecs, like the Mayans, like the Olmec. We look like this. So don't forget where you came from. Your ancestors were not white or mestizos. That only happened after the Spanish came to colonize us in the 16th century. So don't even try me. I think it's important for me to make this video right now, especially because it's summer, because I've experienced this myself, because I've heard it in my community where we tell our children that they're too dark, that their darker complexion is not beautiful, that they need to stay out of the sun because they need to be whiter. I don't know who taught you to hate yourself, but you need to leave our kids alone. Because remember, hate, we are not born with it. It is taught. So remember this video the next time you want to tell your kids something or you have a comment to say.
So I just want to know if anybody else go through colorism with their own parents or parent, whatever. I'm half black, half Mexican, and my Mexican mother would always tell me growing up that my hair is too big, I need to find product to fix it, because she thought it should look like 3A even though it's 3C, that my nose is too big, my lips are too big. She would always tell me that dark skin only looks good on men and not on women. And I just want to know, like, what is the logic of procreating with a black man if you do not like black women and you just don't like black? Like what is that? Like, what is that? I want to know anybody else go through that. Like, to this day, she was still calling me black, ugly, da-da-da.
First of all, this girl is absolutely gorgeous, stunning. I love her hair. I love her features. She's beautiful. Her mother is a racist Mexican. Point blank, period. And you see how she said my mom would say that black looks good on men but not on women. A lot of women that date black men feel the same exact way. And then raccoon black men, the raccoons, will literally embolden them and make them feel like they're better and they look better and they're just more physically attractive than black women, which is not the case in a lot of situations because we see who they really choose. Shouts out to Cynthia G. And this girl, probably, I could bet my bottom dollar, looks a million times better than her mother. I could bet anything inside of me that she looks that she's eating her mother up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when it comes to looks. I know she looks better. I'm sure her body is built better than her Mexican mother. I know she looks better than her mother. Her mother's also jealous. Jealousy, racism, anti-blackness. And just because you are sleeping in a bed and hitting the skins with a melanin rich person does not mean that you actually like them. And they get it twisted. Oh, well, I got a black daughter, half black. A lot of mixed kids have racist mothers. Having a fetish for what you think is a BBC, because all black men ain't got that either. That is, let's start there. Does not mean that you actually like the community from which he came. What y'all think about this? Spread love is the Brooklyn way. And shouts out to that beautiful girl. I feel really bad for her because she's gorgeous. Her mother is a hating ass racist.
So
Alright, listen, I really don't understand exactly what is the obsession with the black community, especially with all these communities wanting to be racist, wanting to come at the black community, the melanated community. Just leave melanated folks alone, leave black people alone. Nobody wants to be caught up in this kind of mess, especially all these senseless racial wars that are going on. We all saw exactly what happened with Ashley Gonzales, and the problem is that when these people are wrong, when they are making absolute claims that are not good, that are an insult to the melanated community, they don't like it when they are being called out. And that's why, because we saw a lot of people from the Latin community come up and say that we stand with Ashley Gonzales, we stand with her, blah, 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 all because they were trying apparently to protect one of their own, but they are again affirming their position that they agree with exactly her and her mindset and what she stood for and what she did. And everybody was trying to rub it off because apparently she didn't do it publicly. It was one of her friends that leaked the message from the WhatsApp group. It doesn't matter, man. That's the true feelings of a lot of Mexican people, Latino people, and a lot of people from the Latin community came up and absolutely said this is how most of the Latino community feels about melanated people. And that's something that they grow up with, having to deal with such a mentality, such a self-hatred, because for them, their standard of beauty is proximity to whiteness. Anybody with a darker shade of melanin is not desirable according to them because of a colonized mentality. And these were the words of Marcus Garvey that were made popular by Bob Marley. You have to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And this is the kind of mental slavery that a lot of people are still facing in the Latino community because of what they went through the times of colonization by the Spaniards, by being taught that dark is not good and light is better. And this is exactly how they grow up. They grow up wishing or wanting even to marry white people so that they can apparently climb up the status, especially with what they try to do even in countries like Brazil by trying to push for interracial marriages so that they can at least try to lighten their population. And that's something that the whole of the Latin world is still facing and is still actually fighting to get out of. Now, I have to mention that there are a couple of number of Latinos who have already emancipated themselves from any kind of this mental lack of self-worth, and they understand exactly how or what their community or where their community is going wrong. And most of the time they do come out to spill the beans of how their community thinks, and they call out the mistakes of their own communities. So it's not only melanated folks who are doing this, also members of the Mexican communities, members of the Latino communities are doing it. But every now and then, some ignorant people on the internet go viral for just speaking without even topic for a second and think about what you are speaking about or what you are saying. For this man to go after the most defenseless form or stage of any human being, babies, is quite uncalled for. It's something that's not acceptable. You can make fun of anybody, you can call out of anybody, you can insult anybody, but not babies, man. Not that stage. No, absolutely not melanated ones. And this is crazy, and that shows, how much of, I don't even know how to explain it, because you just lack humanity. You don't have humanity, especially if you can just go after melanated babies. I hope this video is not going to be sanctioned or something, but it's something that we need to talk about. I saw this video going viral and a lot of people quite talking about it, and the way this man was casually making fun of it as if it was a joke is something that's uncalled for. And these are the same people, when they have issues, they expect black people to come and save the day. When they have issues with apparently the Caucasian community that they want to be so close to, the ones that they want to be like, they'll be here calling out on black folks, on melanated folks for solidarity between black and brown communities. But Lately, a lot of members of the melanated community, the black community, has been resting. They have said we aren't doing this anymore because we can already tell that most of y'all are hypocrites. Y'all come here looking for friendship and solidarity and unity when you need us. But once you don't need us, you go back to your masters. You looking for that proximity, wanting to show yourselves as better than melanated folks. And this is exactly what we need to let go of, man. It is just adaptation. How the pigmentation of your skin is just adaptation to the sun and to the environment that you come from. That is it, man. If you take the darkest human being from Africa or anywhere, take them to Europe a couple of years, take some photographs. Yes, they're not going to turn into a Caucasian man overnight, but they're gonna become lighter in their skin. And this is something that is widely known. You take any person, be it Mexican, be it Latino, be it even a Caucasian folk, to a sunny place like, the Caribbean or Africa or anywhere, they're going to be darker in skin because it's an adaptation. So when this adaptation goes on for millions and millions of years, of course you're gonna get what you have in the Caucasian folks. And this is something that is very simple that people have or need to understand. It's not rocket science. It doesn't make you any more of a human or less of a human. It's just some classifications that were brought by people who needed to, insert themselves as the superior human beings, which is wrong and which is inaccurate. We are all members of the same family. We are all human beings. We just come in different shades. And that's simple as that. It doesn't make you any less or more of a human being. Well, let me know in the comments, guys. What do you think about today's episode? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Consider joining us to be part of this growing community by joining our membership perks. And as always, see you on the next episode.